So yesterday didn't turn out like we planned. We actually bailed on our shift and went out to dinner for a fundraiser for my son's lacrosse team. Priorities, remember, work-life balance. So today we're going to get back to doing things the right way and dashing it to the bank. So yeah, the biggest mistake we made yesterday was when I turned on, I camped in my home area. And if you've been following along with me, you'd know that I don't do that anymore. If you're new here, thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. And when you watch this video, if you like it, hit that like button. So I don't camp in my home zone anymore. I turn on in my home zone because I pass several restaurants, but then I go straight to my hot spot. I carved out my own spot that I like to dash from. It's about 10 minutes away. Rather than sitting idle in my home zone for 10-15 minutes, I just use that 10 minutes to get to a spot I know I'm going to get good orders from. So I made that mistake yesterday. Wound up doing one order that showed me a hidden tip indicator and proceeded to fool me. It happens sometimes. The 675ers under 4 miles usually have a hidden tip, and this one just happened to line up. The base pay was a little higher than normal, and it just happened to be 675 as advertised. So it was at about that time that I started thinking maybe I should just go out to dinner tonight. My son's team was having a fundraiser, so I gave it a few more minutes, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm pulling the plug on this one, and we called it a night. Didn't feel it, wasn't feeling it to begin with, wasn't feeling 100% to start the shift. That's probably why I was out of focus and made that mistake in the first place. But we'll get back out there tonight, mistake free, and dash it to the bank like we normally do. Been hitting anywhere from low 20s to mid 30s on our hours, and that's pretty phenomenal. Even on Mondays, Tuesdays, any day of the week basically. So Uber actually let me on for a change without playing 20 questions or making me pull over to take a picture of my face. Surprising. Just logged right in. Woohoo! Always love it when I decline an order and say the distance is too far, only to get a subsequent order that is way further. First offer I got today was over 10 miles. I think it was almost 11. And then the second one came in at 28.5 miles for a Petco shop and deliver. Hell no. Please, take that and throw it in the trash. There must be nobody working right now because I'm getting offers from restaurants that are way too far away from me. Yeah, I think we've declined 6 or 7 already. We might wind up in timeout again like we did yesterday. But hopefully one of the next 2 offers is a decent one. So we're on the clock a bit earlier than normal today because I wanted to see if the 4 o'clock hour had gotten any better. I did notice several weeks back that 4:30 to 8:30 was a better shift for me. But previous to that, 4 to 8 was good too. So I switched it up, and now I just want to see if anything changed back. 6:25 for 2.2 miles. So I'm going to get our shift started with that. So I've had Doordash on for about 10 minutes, and we've been pinged about 8 times. We finally took that last offer just to get the ball rolling. I put on Uber Eats about 10 minutes before Doordash, so it's been on for 20-25 minutes, and not a peep. Nothing. Not one single ping. Not a bad order, not a good order, just nothing. I do not like this new "you've arrived" thing with Doordash. I don't know if you guys have experienced this yet, if your app has updated yet. Instead of seeing the pinpointed house now, I have the "you've arrived" go up above that, so now I can't see which house I'm delivering to. I have to look for the numbers. I used to love that part about the Doordash navigation. It was perfect. Like, I could drive right to the pin, and now I can't see that, and that sucks. We need that reverted back, or at least make the "you've arrived" like all the way at the bottom so I can still see the map. I can't begin to understand this anymore. My completion rate today was at 95%. I've come on shift. I haven't taken an offer before the one I have right now that I'm going to deliver in a second. And I look at my completion rate again, and it dropped to 94%. How the hell did that happen? I didn't even take an offer yet today before this, and I'm going to complete this. I didn't unassign it. So why is it 94? It should be at 99 to begin with. I've unassigned one offer in the past 3 weeks and done well over 100 deliveries. So what the hell? If I get deactivated from the large orders program, I'm going to raise hell. Hell hath no fury like a DoorDasher scorned. So it's painfully obvious that 4:30 is still my starting point, because this 4 o'clock hour has been pretty awful. I took that 625er that was only 2 miles just to get something on the books, and we got a terrible offer after that, and it's been dead. Uber Eats has gone off once today. I've had them on for almost, 45 minutes. They've gone off once. The offer wasn't terrible. It was like 1.5 to 1 dollars to miles ratio, but it's been dead otherwise, nothing else. We've had 10 offers from DoorDash and taken one, and it wasn't even that good. I think it's time to update the windows. It's 70 degrees out in the middle of April. So my 10-year-old had a good idea the other day, and I want to know what you guys think about this. It would be nice if the customer can actually prefer a driver. When everything's done and delivered and they had a good experience, they could say, prefer this driver when available. It'd be a nice feature. I know the restaurants can do that. They can prefer dashers. So why can't the customer? The customer is the most important person in the whole equation, right? So a customer should be able to say, prefer driver for future deliveries. And then when they're available, they get them. You know, even he's smart enough to say, why don't they do that? And I agreed, 100%, and so did my wife. So the first good offer of the night comes at $4.45, which has been the norm. I'm being honest with you on that. I'm being honest with myself on that. That's been the norm. I came out early today and sat around for nothing. Actually, no, I take that back. I won't say I came out and sat around for nothing. I just wanted to see if things had changed back to what they were, or they're still, or the proper shift for me to work is still 4:30 to 8:30. I got my answer. I'm going to stick to my 4:30 to 8:30s for now, for another few weeks, and then I'll test it out again, see if anything changes. And Uber has still gone off once. One time in, I don't even know how long, over an hour. It's gone off one time. Hi, DoorDash from Miguel.
Thank you.
Thank you. So something's not right. There was about a dozen bags, several of them for DoorDash orders, just sitting on the counter there, and I was sitting around for the past 20 minutes. So why wouldn't I get anything offered to me? So that one turned out to be $7.75. Dollars to miles was good. All highway, took us no time at all. I'm in an area that, usually I get crushed with offers. I don't know what's going on today. Okay. Got the Uber Eats here. Can I take that? Is this ready?
No problem.
Uber Eats?
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush.
You're set?
All right, thank you. So we're going to cheat a little bit here and pretend that our shift started when I usually start my shift at 4:30. It's almost 5:30 now, which would put us an hour in. Well off pace. I believe it was about $16 for DoorDash so far, and this is $11 for Uber Eats, so that's $27. All right, so $27 an hour. It isn't terrible, but not great either, especially if especially if we aren't cheating and we say an hour and a half. $27 an hour and a half is not very good. So some habits you should get in to avoid potential issues while you're out dashing or working for Uber Eats or whatever you're doing, Grubhub. Always check the apps. Make sure that they're up to date. Once in a while, it'd be a good idea to clear the cache, clear the data, start fresh. I'd even recommend once in a while, restarting your phone, especially if it's been on for weeks. Sometimes my phone's on for weeks without powering down. I just keep it charged. Definitely the potential for, something glitching, affecting your apps. It doesn't have to be the DoorDash app glitching or the Uber Eats app glitching. It could be something else on your phone entirely that's glitching. It's always good to avoid as many issues as you can, because there's gonna be issues that you can't avoid or you don't see coming. So you might as well take care of the ones that you can predict might happen. Oh, it's been one of those days so far. I was dropping off that order and the bag ripped completely because they put way too much stuff in one bag. And so I had a feeling when I picked that one up that there was something funny about it. $7 base pay, probably sitting for quite a while. It had pickup on my phone for like 20 minutes ago. That's what you get when you don't tip. It was $7 base pay, 0 tip. So our pace for today has definitely improved. 21 on Doordash and 11.70, I think it was, on Uber Eats. We need to get one more order before the 2-hour mark is up to be at that $20 pace. So I don't know if it's really this dead out here tonight, but I actually finally got a decent offer, $6.75 for like 1.1 miles, 9 items from a Wendy's. I jumped all over that because the orders are coming in few and far between. So I sure as hell hope I get a catering order soon or something to kind of straighten this night out. We're at about $41 in 2 hours.
Sorry. Thank you.
I don't know what the hell is happening now. Now it's taking me to the external Google Maps, which I hate. I hate Google Maps. I use Waze for my personal stuff, and it won't give me the option to use the internal maps. Anyway, we're now at $59 on Doordash and about $14 on Uber Eats. I got a little extra tip from the delivery I did earlier. You know, I would be making 25% more on a shift if I wasn't dealing with app issues and sudden changes that make no sense. So I'm on chat with support, see if they can give me the answer that to the question that I'm asking them. They keep on beating around the bush. I'm simply asking, is in-app navigation supposed to still be in the app? And they can't directly answer me. They keep sending me the troubleshooting steps, which I've already done. Should in-app navigation still be on the app? That's all I want to know. So I figured instead of just waiting for this guy to give me a straight answer, I'd reinstall the app, and in-app navigation came back. I don't get like that part of it. How does that just suddenly disappear and I have to reinstall the app for it to come back? Alright, so we actually just got a really nice offer from Uber Eats as soon as we logged in. $15 for about 5 miles. One of the best offers from Uber Eats I've seen since I've started with Uber Eats, to be honest with you. Only 5 miles, and most of that's to the restaurant. So I had to take a break from recording because my agitation level was so high, and it's getting right back up there. I just got an offer from a restaurant that's 10 miles away from me. It's like, it doesn't even know where I am. The app is having so many freaking issues tonight, and it's so infuriating. I'm just trying to work and earn some money, and I can't, deal with this. I just reinstalled the app to resolve the in-app map issue, and now it's more issues. We're close to $90. $25 hidden tip indicator. If we could somehow manage to make $12 on this, a little bit of a hidden tip, we'll actually break $100 for tonight's shift. Don't ask me how. With all the frustration and issues that we had tonight, and to still manage to come out with $100 on a 4-hour shift, would be, miraculous. Could have been so much more. And it's just infuriating that we've got to deal with stuff that's outside of our own control. Alright, so I'm not sure if this is going to have extra on it. If it doesn't, it's going to put me in a good spot to daisy chain my way home. It's going to put me right by the sushi place and the Chinese restaurant and the Mexican restaurants. There's a lot of orders from those restaurants that head me towards home, so it's actually a really, really ideal situation to get myself in. Even if this does put us over our mark, I'm still going to stay online and try to find something heading home, because, why not? So folks, after all the drama of tonight, we're going to finish the evening around 1:25, 1:30 in 4.5 hours work. 5 if you count that first half hour where I was testing the theory of whether or not it's worth coming out at 4 o'clock again, and I found out it's not. Didn't even have any huge orders or anything that, you know, I could think of. We had some pretty decent ones, but we didn't have any huge orders that kind of made up for all the bullshit we had to weed through today. But we got there. Come hell or high water, we get there. So not my most positive video or experience since I've been doing this. Sorry for any negativity throughout the night. Somehow we've still managed to get over $120 on the evening in 5 hours. And that's with our first half hour being garbage. And then we had like a half an hour. No, it was more like an hour that we were dealing with app issues and being driven crazy. You know, just to put it lightly. I hope you had fun. Hope you got a few laughs out of my my rants and aggravation. I hope this helps avoid future issues. You know, I really think that I'm gonna go on to my app from now on before a shift and just, you know, uninstall the whole thing and reinstall. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that every day. Who cares? Just to get that potential issue out of the way. I'll at least make sure that I clear the cache and maybe even the data on a daily basis. And then if I'm still having issues, you know, reinstall the app before too long instead of sitting on shift and wondering what the hell's going on. And then an hour later, realize that, you know, the app's glitched out. If you like the content, don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button for future content. See you on the next one.